Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As some of you might know, a few months ago I went on a cruise on the Carnival Firenze ship. There are a couple of vlogs already posted on my channel, also a ship tour, but I also wanted to do a video about actual details of the time I spent on this ship. So here are my thoughts on Carnival Firenze. The embarkation process. I have found the embarkation process on Carnival in the Long Beach port very straightforward and very easy. They had very clear signs indicating which line you should stand in based on your embarkation time. They did have a few checkpoints and it did take about 45 minutes to get to the ship, but that was mainly because there were a lot of people. It was Thanksgiving week, but all in all it was a very smooth, very easy process. The ship. Carnival Firenze was built initially for Costa Cruise Lines, which is owned by Carnival, and it was launched in the United States market in May of 2024 in Long Beach, California. It has a capacity of 4,126 passengers based on double occupancy and 1,425 staff. And from what I could tell is very similar to Carnival Venezia, which came to the Carnival Cruise Line in a similar way. The decor of the ship is a little bit tacky, but actually when you're on the ship, everything feels very warm and inviting. And what I particularly enjoyed about the ship is the amount of outdoor spaces they have. You can go and lounge on decks 5, 10, 11, 12, 14, and 15. They have sports courts. They have a ton of places where you can eat and drink. One of my favorite spaces on the ship was actually the courtyard around the Lido pool on decks 10 and 11. It really felt like the downtown of a small town somewhere in Italy, and it had so many amenities around it that it was truly a gathering place. The restaurants and the food. Carnival Firenze offers a very large variety of food venues, starting with the Lido Marketplace, which is the buffet on board, located on deck 10. Then you have two main dining rooms on 3 and 4, Medici, which is the dining room for those with set dining times, and Michelangelo is the dining room for those with flexible dining time, and it's actually on decks 3 and 4. Then you have all these fast food type restaurants like Pizzeria del Capitano, Breakfast Shack, Tomodoro, Guy's Burger, all situated on deck 10 around the Lido Marketplace. Then you have the Strada Grill on 5th outdoors and Il Mercato on deck 11. Also on deck 5 you have the 3 specialty restaurants on board, Fahrenheit 555 Steakhouse, Bonsai Sushi, and Bonsai Teppanyaki. There's also a fast food type of place on deck 15 inside the Serenity Adult Place. As far as the quality of the food, most of the meals that I had in Lido Marketplace or the main dining room were decent. I wouldn't say they were exceptional, but they were still a 7 or 8 out of 10. Some dishes were actually really good. The desserts in the Lido Marketplace were not phenomenal, but you had so many other options around the ship that you could find a good dessert if you're really looking for it. I can tell you that the lines at Guy's Burger and Pizzeria del Capitano were ridiculous. There was always somebody standing in line there. And I also heard a lot of good things about the Fahrenheit 555 Steakhouse, but overall it just felt like everywhere you look there was something to eat, expecting you to come and grab it, which can be a little bit dangerous for your waistline. Bars and lounges. One of the venue categories that Carnival Firenze is definitely not lacking are the bars. Starting with deck 3, there's the Atrium Bar, And then going up on 5th, there's the Piano Bar 88, also the Frizzante Bar, which was my favorite, a Mari Bar. Then going up on deck 10, there's Rococo Bar and Java Blue Cafe, which are next to the Lido pool. And then also on deck 10, next to the back pool, the back side of the ship, you have Versilia Bar. Then on deck 11, there's Pergola Bar that also has an outdoor sitting area with a view of the pool, Lido pool deck. And then up on deck 15 in the Serenity Adult area, you can find Spritz Bar. Also, Carnival Firenze has a few lounges throughout the ship. Starting with deck 4, you can find the Heroes Tribute Bar and Lounge, and then also the Limelight Lounge. Then on 5th, Mora Bar Lounge and Tuscan Lounge always offered a lot of live entertainment options. And there's also Il Viaggio Lounge that was more like a sitting area outside the Frizzante Bar, and it seemed to be the preferred place of meetups that were organized for various interests and groups of passengers. The entertainment. Carnival Firenze offers a variety of entertainment options, starting with the shows in Teatro Rosso and continuing with the live music in the Tuscan Lounge and Moda Lounge. They have all sorts of casino games and raffles, and obviously the typical cruise ship bingo, and also a variety of meetups based on different topics, interests of passengers. So all in all, considering that their itineraries are 3 and 5 days long, there are plenty of options for entertainment. I was not able to see most of these shows because there seemed like there was always something else to do. But I think it's a pretty decent entertainment offer from Carnival for this particular cruise. The staff. Carnival Firenze staff was beyond any reproach, very nice, very helpful, very hardworking. One thing in particular that I noticed is how much time they spend cleaning the ship. So if there's one thing I can really say about the ship, that was very clean and very well maintained. Okay guys, these were my thoughts on Carnival Firenze. I hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed this cruise and I would wholeheartedly recommend it, especially if you're used to cruising in the Caribbean. This would be a very nice change of scenery, and you will be taken to places just as beautiful as the ones in the Caribbean. Thanks for watching.